Let's bring in Jonathan Ruhe, fellow for American Strategy at the Jewish Institute for National Security of America. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Great to be back.
You were previously on our network before the Iran war began. I want to play a little bit of what you said, and then we'll talk on the other side.
Iran has said if the United States strikes this time, that the Iranian response would be much more aggressive and potentially broader, targeting more U.S. bases, energy shipping lanes, or maybe even a broader regional war.
Jonathan, you warned us Iran would go after U.S. bases, critical energy routes, if the U.S. struck. Fast forward, this started about a month ago now. We've seen some of that play out. Where do we stand right now? Do you think Iran is holding back, or are we in the early stages of a much wider regional conflict?
I think Iran is certainly holding back as much as they can, considering that the United States and Israel have been very successful operationally in taking out a lot of key Iranian missile capabilities, defense industry, and leadership. But Iran's whole strategy is to survive that and is to sustain the war for as long as possible. We heard Joe talking about the strikes in the UAE. Iran's strategy at this point is not to overwhelm with thousands of missiles and drones. It's to prolong the war because Iran knows as long as this is a regional war where every time the U.S. escalates against Iran, Iran can escalate back, then this becomes the global economic problem we just heard about.
Joe and I were talking about the drone strikes and the economic warfare from Iran. We've seen reports from Iran that its Natanz nuclear facility was hit by an airstrike about 24 hours ago. It's a series of strikes targeting Iran's nuclear and military infrastructure. A few hours ago, President Trump said it could get a lot worse if they don't open the Strait of Hormuz in about 36 hours, if you look at that countdown clock on your screen. How significant is this shift, and does this level of U.S.-Israel alignment deter Iran, or does it just risk further escalation with the nation?
So I think given that, basically, the Iranian regime believes it's fighting for its life. I think, honestly, at this point, deterrence is largely out of the question. Iran has made clear that, whatever Israel and the United States hit in our territory, we'll go around and hit that back. That's why Iran targeted Israel's nuclear reactor in response to those Natanz strikes you were talking about. I think the real shift now is if this is, sort of an explicit deadline from President Trump, my suspicion is Iran will not, agree to reopen the strait by that deadline. So then the real question becomes, where does this war go from here? Because ultimately, until President Trump is able to find a way to reopen that strait, so to speak, this war is going to keep going in Iran's favor over the long term.
You mentioned where do we go from here, and that is the thought of so many. Israel says that its attacks on Iran is only going to increase in the coming week. President Trump says this military strategy is actually winding down. These are mixed messages about regional stability. Based on your expertise, Jonathan, how do you interpret these developments from two different leaders?
I think, Israel from the start has had a very clear sense of how they want this war to go, what their objectives are, because in some way they've been planning for this ever since the previous war last summer that saw U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran's nuclear and missile programs. So for the Israelis, they're going to keep going as long as they can until they believe that they have at least set back Iran's nuclear missile programs for several years. I think President Trump, his idea of what the war is meant to achieve has been a little more flexible, a little more shifting based on events and based on how Iran has responded to each U.S. step. So it's certainly a concern if the United States and Israel are on increasingly divergent paths. I think, the operational coordination we've seen between the two countries has been very impressive, but now that needs to be sustained. And Iran would like nothing more than to try to play the United States and Israel off of each other, because ultimately Iran wants to isolate the United States.
Jonathan, a few days ago, my colleague Leland Vittert said this about Iran, that even a rabid dog gets most violent before he dies. Is this what we're seeing from Iran? Do they have nothing to lose? What do you think the long-term trajectory of this war is?
So yes, I couldn't put it better myself. The Iranian regime has everything to fight for. Even before this war, with the massive protests we saw a couple months ago, for the Iranian regime, those were an existential crisis because they are incapable of addressing the Iranian people's basic grievances for things like human rights and security and even water. So going forward, it's always hard to predict when regimes collapse. The thing I would look for, if that's going to happen, is if the mid-level and lower-tier security forces inside Iran, the Basij, as their leaders are destroyed, maybe their morale plummets and they just simply go home. That's always the key determining factor. But again, that's a question of time more than anything else, and it may not happen in the coming weeks or by the time Trump has decided that he has no more military objectives to achieve in this war.
We'll certainly see how that deadline plays out. Again, 36 hours to go from the deadline that the president has put on the Iranian regime. Jonathan Ruhe, thank you so much. We always appreciate your insight. We hope to see you soon. Thank you again.